Do you want to learn how to make this sourdough ciabattas really easy? Stay watching this video and I'll show you how. Guten Morgen everyone, and welcome to a new sourdough bread video. The bread of today is an Italian bread. Maybe you might have heard of it. It is called ciabatta. Yeah, ciabatta, typical Italian bread, which means in some dialect from Italy like a shoe. It's well, more or less like a shoe. The thing is that it's really easy to make because in fact it has no shape. It's just to cut the dough in pieces and bake it. So today we'll be doing this in the Ooni oven. So the first thing to do is to preheat the oven. So let's light some fire. And here is the formula. Remember that you can upload this recipe into my app, Guten Morgen Baker's Percentage. It is free for iPhone and Android. Let's start with the dough. In a bowl, we'll put the flour. Now we add the semolina, and now the sourdough starter. Check how creamy and airy it is. That's the way that it should look when you start kneading. And now the water. We'll be adding it very, very slowly. One thing, we are not kneading, we're just mixing. We're mixing, stirring all these ingredients in order to wet all the ingredients. We add a little bit more water. Okay, it's looking good. That's all by the moment. Great, now I want you to check and look at this. Check the dough. We have no kneaded at all. And as you see, there's no gluten development by the moment. The dough is not ready. But now the magic of the gluten is going to happen. This is called as autolysis. What does it mean? It means that the dough will knead by itself. The only thing that it needs is time. And what is going to happen? Okay, the water that is already in the dough will slowly move all around the dough and will knead for us. So the only thing that we have to do is to wait. So I'll cover it with this shower cap and we'll let it rest for 1 hour. And as I told you, by the magic of the gluten, it's been an hour and I want you to see how the dough has changed. What you're watching right now is the magic of the autolysis. As you can see, we have a full gluten network development. And that was only produced by the time, which has had to wait. This is an excellent method when you don't want to knead. So maybe in the kitchen, if you're working or you're cooking, you're doing something else, so you can let this happen in the meanwhile while you're preparing all the ingredients. And the last ingredient, as I told you at the beginning, is a salt. I didn't add it at the beginning because it will compete with the hydration of the dough. So now it's the time to add it and start kneading. So as I told you before, I just added the salt and the kneading was a little bit short because the dough was already kneaded. Now we take the dough onto the counter. Remember, always using some semolina or some flour on it. Now we divide it in two. In this case I'm doing 2 balls, but you could do as many as you want. And now we'll make the first dough ball like you're seeing. We are giving it some tension. Okay, and now we flip it over and finish it with our hands. We'll do the same with the second one. Now that we have the 2 dough balls ready, it's time to let them rise. But maybe you're used to rise a little bit faster than what we are going to do today. The thing is that we need these dough balls to rise for at least 1 day, maybe 2 days. And this will make the dough super light, super airy and super tasty. I'll be using these boxes to take them into the fridge, but maybe if you don't have one of these, you could use just a regular bowl and always cover it, remember. Now that I have the balls ready in the boxes, I'll take them to the fridge. The temperature should be around 41 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a good temperature to keep them for 2 days. So I see you soon. Good morning. You've seen how fast goes the time in video edition. So here are the two dough balls, and check how airy and fluffy they are. But before we start baking, we just need to check if the oven is enough heated. So the stone, that's the secret. We need the stone to be really hot, because if we use it a little bit cold, the bread can get stuck on it, and we're not looking for that. So I think we're ready. We are ready. Good. Now we'll take the dough out of the boxes, and with some semolina flour on the peel, we'll put them on top. It is crucial that these ciabattas don't get stuck onto the peel too. Pay attention on that. Time to bake. We open the oven, and with the peel, we let the ciabattas slide slowly on the floor. Now I add some water with this vaporizer so the bread can grow and rise, and a few ice cubes to generate more vapor. May the gluten be with them. Now that the ciabattas have been in the oven for around 10 minutes, it's time to take them out with the peel and turn them around. This way, the baking will be more regular. Time to take them out of the oven. Take a look at this. Are you lost with all the sourdough bread recipes that you find on the internet? Would you like to learn all the tips and tricks to make your own sourdough bread at home? Then I have the solution. I have designed the perfect masterclass of sourdough bread just made for you. By clicking the link on the description, you will learn how to make and take care of your sourdough starter, how to knead, shape, ferment and bake your sourdough bread, how to use and read the baker's percentage, all the basic techniques to bake like a pro at home, and how to read and understand your dough. Don't miss out on it and click the link on the description right now. Now that we have the ciabattas ready, this won't end here. Let's make some more fire. Time to preheat the cast iron skillet. Now it's time to make some chimichurri. Let's go with some garlic for the onion. And now some pepper. Now some salt flakes from the Patagonia, touch of vinegar, and of course, olive oil. Just wait a second, I was forgetting the cilantro. Let's mix the chimichurri. You might have been imagining what kind of sandwich I am about to make. Here we have some skirt steak, also known in Spanish as entraña. Ole! And to bring the cast iron skillet. And while the meat gets ready, let's slice the bread. Let's go with some gluten Morgan sauce. And now the final touch, some smoked provolone. And back to the oven, really, really hot. Woohoo! Time to make that sandwich. And now the chimichurri. Isn't crazy? I told you to wait for it. So let's cut it and taste it. And as always, the best part of the video, tasting the sandwich. I hope you like the sandwich or this video. Please give me some comments, share it, like it, and I'll see you on the next video. I hope you have enjoyed this video. And if you want to learn more about sourdough bread and sourdough starter, I encourage you to check the link on the description. And remember, this masterclass was specially designed for you.